unless and until we educate the people, they can't understand. So I thought that let's form a unique education system for wealth building support that can support them in learning about financial freedom and how they can achieve. Sometimes we wanted to become an engineer, but somehow due to family pressure, we became doctor, like what we have seen in 3 Idiots and kind of things. So, but then they followed their passion. Ultimately, they realize that their passion lies somewhere else. So it's not about the money, fame, or something else. Is that freedom to pursue that things, because it was so powerful. All people were pressing each other from all the sides, and I could not breathe. And that moment, I realized that what I am doing, I'm running for the money.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू द अनामिका यदुवंशी शो। मेरे आज के गेस्ट का नाम है महेश काठीवरन। वो एक फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम कोच हैं और एक ऑथर हैं और उन्होंने बुक लिखी है डेटोपिया, जो कि डेट के ऊपर है। और वो बेसिकली अपने क्लाइंट्स को कैसे उनके क्लाइंट्स फाइनेंशियली फ्रीडम जो है ले पाएं, उसके लिए कोच करते हैं, एडवाइस करते हैं और उनकी हेल्प करते हैं। फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम थोड़ा नया सा टर्म है। जी हाँ, बहुत सारी बातें महेश ने हमें इस वीडियो में बताई हैं फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम के बारे में। हमें कैसे सेव करना चाहिए, कहाँ इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, कौन कौन सी गलतियाँ हमें अपने फाइनेंसेस को लेकर ध्यान रखनी चाहिए। चलिए देखते हैं उनकी कॉन्वर्सेशन जो मेरे साथ हुई है। वॉच इट टिल द एंड। हेलो महेश, वेलकम टू द शो।
Hi, good evening, Anamika. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm really happy that you could find time to come for my show.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much for inviting me, and it's really my pleasure to come to your show.
Great. Wonderful. So, आपका जो field है महेश, that's actually very interesting, fascinating, and lucrative as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So, आप financial freedom mentor हैं। आप लोगों को हेल्प करते हैं इन गेनिंग फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम। कैसे वो अपने फाइनेंसेस को मैनेज कर सके, इसमें आप उनको असिस्ट करते हैं, राइट? सो जस्ट टेल मी व्हाट ऑल डू यू डू। ये मेरी सिंपल सी डेफिनेशन जो मुझे लगता है कि है, लेकिन आप मुझे प्लीज बताइए व्हाट एग्जैक्टली डू यू डू एज अ फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम मेंटोर।
So basically, I educate and train working class professionals from mid-career professionals. Specifically, we talk about the wealth building principles that I learned over the years as an entrepreneur, as an investor, as an student, as an employee working in a corporate bank. So what I discovered over these years was a massive contradiction between the principles that led to my own financial success. Like I achieved financial freedom at the age of 37, and what is commonly taught and practiced in the overall structure. Now, this surprising contradiction motivated me to formulate a unique education system, because ultimately it's all about educating people. So unless and until we educate the people, they can't understand. So I thought that let's form a unique education system for wealth building support that can support them in learning about financial freedom and how they can achieve. Now, here I always wanted to help normal people to achieve extraordinary financial result, which I have done. So I am coming from a common, humble background. So I don't have really so much money and everything, but still I achieved financial freedom. So how did I do? So this is what a normal can also do. If I can do it, they can also do it. And what I do is that I simplify, I integrate this all the things into what will be the some study related, academic related kind of things, some research and some mathematics also. So mathematics is very important, because if numbers you don't know, then your personal finance or your personal finance world will not be great. So that is what all I teach about all this.
Right. So like you said, Mahesh, that you got financial freedom when you were 37. You were working before that, right? So what exactly do you mean by financial freedom?
So financial freedom definition will be different for each and every one. Because for me, if you ask me, my personal financial freedom, the reason why I wanted financial freedom was lack of time. So while I was working in my corporate banking career, and before that also, I was working for about 12 to 15 hours in a day. And that used to take a lot of time. So I did not have any personal family time. I could not spend any time with my wife, my parents, or anyone. I could not take any social time as well. The only time I was spending with me was the laptop or the desktop and my bosses and my employees. So these are the things I was always there in my mind. And in during the holidays also, I used to always think about my office. So the very reason, the main reason was time, lack of time, and that really motivated me to go for financial freedom. So for me, the reason was financial freedom. Now, for any other people, if we take on to account, the definition would be the things which will make you financially free. So with respect to anything, whatever you want to achieve, if it is freedom or passive income or time freedom, anything, you should have another alternate source of income which can support you during this. You can enjoy. So this is what a definition. So your alternate source of income should come irrespective of whatever it will be there. You will be enjoying your whatever your goal will be. If your time freedom is there, or family freedom, or vacation goal, whatever it should be.
So is it like you're saying that financial freedom is freedom of time, in the sense that even when we are not working, like you said that earlier you were working in your job for 12 to 15 hours and you were getting a salary. If you want to work, you won't get the salary, right? So is it like क्या financial freedom ऐसा है कि आप काम करो ना करो, money आती रहनी चाहिए? Is that the meaning of financial freedom?
Yeah, पैसा आपके पास आना चाहिए.
आते रहना चाहिए.
Yeah, and also you will enjoy your life, whatever life you want.
Right. So is it also like passive income? Passive income भी क्या similar है?
Yeah, passive income kind of thing, or we can say the kind of life which you always desired. Like for example, sometimes we wanted to become an engineer, but somehow due to family pressure we became doctor, like what we have seen in 3 Idiots and kind of things. So but then they followed their passion. Ultimately they realized that their passion lies somewhere else. So it's not about the money, fame, or something else. Is that freedom to pursue that things. So irrespective of that things, so money will be a second part, but the kind of enjoyment you will enjoy during that particular period is called as the freedom. And if you associate it with finance, it's called as the financial freedom.
That's interesting. So ये जो interesting career आपने choose किया, I'm sure that this was not your first career. So tell me about your journey right after the graduation and till today.
Yeah. So from the graduation, actually, if you see, during the second year of my graduation, I started as an entrepreneur. Now that was by out of a fluke, we can say, because there was a project going on in my college, and I thought that let's build something out of my own, since everybody was doing some projects. So let's do it and keep it commercialization. So I built a software and got out in the market to sell that software. So that's where that entrepreneur bug caught me. So, but during the course of time, the studies and the life all took over. I really forgotten about the entrepreneur thing and everything. We got busy in that. But from the graduation level, when I started working, still that entrepreneur was there in somewhere in my mind, but it got down because of all the other things. And somewhere or else, in every job which I switched off, is the only thing which demotivated me or never motivated me was challenge. I always look for challenge in every kind of life or every kind of job. So whenever I started my first job also, I started looking for challenges. So I was not expert in sales. I was not expert in marketing. So I started to studying. I started to learn. I used to, my first job was of selling of credit cards, where I was not knowing anything. And my team manager used to post me in such a place where people used to have 7 to 10 cars. But that's a very challenging job. How you can go and sell your credit card to the person who is having 7 to 10 cars. So that where I learned about the selling skills. So that was a challenging thing. But over the course of time, again, I got stagnant. I got comfortable. So again, I switched off to another job. And same, all the jobs where I taught to for challenges, it was there. I learned about the Excel skills. I learned about personal finance, investing in stock market, where I used to sit with traders during the market hours, learn from them how they are investing, how they are putting their hard-earned money, and how they are short telling their trades and getting their profits and everything. So this all things I learned during the terms of my career. And the career went like we can say like a ECG kind of thing, up and down. Somewhere it got success, somewhere got in success in terms of money, sometimes it got success of learning, because since I'm also a lifelong learner, so somewhere I look for learning rather than look for money. So somewhere I see that I can learn a lot of things, but where I don't get money, it's okay for me. So I go for that and I learn a lot. I spend a lot of time in learning that things because I know that will pay off me in the near future. And that's what, when I started working with a private bank, and where I was working in treasury and money markets, their salary was very less, and I was reporting to 7 bosses. But the thing really motivated and challenged me was reporting to 7 bosses, the first thing. And second thing is learning about all the things of what the hardcore bank is all about, because treasury is the heart of the bank. So where I learned a lot of things which really helped me during my term as a financial freedom mentor right now, where I'm helping students to get more clarity about this all things, and that really helped me a lot. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Great, great, great. Awesome. So, like you just said, Mahesh, that you worked in a private bank where you were supposed to report to 7 bosses, or you were selling credit cards as a salesperson. So, a job in a private bank, I know it's very hectic, but it's a stable one. You will be getting a salary at the end of the month or the beginning of the month for that matter. So, you left your stable career to do this. What made you do this switch?
So the one reason was the time,
Mhm.
and the second reason was I got like we get that sixth sense. When I seen people, I heard in some movies and TVs that sometimes God comes in your dreams, or
Mhm.
sometimes God gives you that situation where you can
Right.
self-analyze that, Mahesh, or you
Mm,
are not doing the correct thing. You need to go back and
mm,
go
mm,
back to drawing room and revisit what is doing, what you're doing in your life.
mm,
And that moment came really in my life, and I was not believing till that time, but when that moment came in my life, I really believed in that.
mhm,
And it happened on September 29, 2017,
mhm,
where there was, since I'm from Mumbai, there was a huge Elphinstone bridge collapse happened during the rainy season,
mhm,
around the September, and in that collapse stampede I was there. And at that point of time, I there was one incident. In that 1 minute, my heart got stopped, because I was having a bag, because we used to have a bag, because in Mumbai we have to carry a bag along with laptop and everything. And there was so much crowd, there was no breathing space, they are all carrying umbrellas, raincoats and everything, all were wet and everything. The heart was just stopped for 1 minute, because it was so powerful. All people were pressing each other from all the sides, and I could not breathe. And that moment I realized that what I am doing, I'm running for the money, I'm not spending any time for my family. I was thinking on that belief that now you save the money, rest to enjoy your life after 60 or 70.
mhm, mhm,
But this got me wrong. This incident got me to a level where I realized that now it is the time to realize and get back to think what you want. If this is the time, if you not capitalize on that, then you are gone. So
mhm,
I decided that that day that I wanted to become an entrepreneur, which was way back to 2003. It was deep buried in my memories, that came again. And I told my wife that give me 1 year, 2018 till 2018, I will try to make it myself. Whatever, let's do it, experiment. Whatever is there, we will see it. If it is not working, no worries. Again, I will go back to job and do whatever I want. But if it is working, it is giving me some satisfaction, then well, we will go and do it. And that's what the magic has happened. The 1 year really made me to look at life as a different level. I enjoyed the time with my wife, my parents, my friends whom I never met for 10, 15 years. So that all enjoyment gave me that life, kind of life I wanted, and that what populated me to go into these things and became a coach ultimately, because I've thought that let's share my experience and educate people so that they don't face the kind of situation which I am facing. They don't come to a situation where they have to decide what is life and what is money, because this is what situation what has happened to me. So it's not like a catch 22 situation. They have now time, they have that uh, mentor, they have that coach who can coach them and don't let them to go into the wrong path and kind of mistakes I have made in my doing my journey. Yeah.
Right. Amazing. Interesting. So, Mahesh,
Yeah.
financial freedom. You and I are trying to I'm actually trying to understand that, okay, fine, maybe this is like this, maybe it is like this. But for a normal lay person, you might be having a lot of clients whom you might have helped. So, tell me some incident where you helped your client gain financial freedom and how you did that.
Yeah. So it's a very good question, and thank you so much, Anamika, for asking that question. There was one client, I think way back, uh, 3 to 4 years, 2018. He I think he watched me doing my YouTube or came to my website, and he got into my consultation. And the only reason he came to me was that financial freedom. The two words caught him his eyes, nothing else. And I asked him that what is the one reason you want to achieve the financial freedom, and what was the reason behind the financial freedom? Is it time, is it money, or is it a passion you want to perform, is it a passive income, what kind of things you want? So he said that he wanted to create an alternate source of income, passive income, and that was his financial freedom, his definition of financial freedom.
Mm.
Time is there because he is a businessman. He was having good business. He was handling his father's business. Everything was there, enjoying life and everything settled. But he wanted an alternate, his own identity want to be created, because right now he was riding on his father's identity. The
Mm.
kind of business he was handling is of all fathers. So
Right.
all the name, gain, everything was in father's name. He was not having his own personal identity. So he told me that I wanted some alternate passive income by which I can create my own identity, and then we can move forward. And so I discussed with him. We got into another 6 months mentoring session, and over the course of time I tried to analyze his passions, his real passions, where the money will be there, what kind of efforts he can put, commitment, because these are all very important in terms of going for passive income. Because if you're not able to give time, if you're not able to create that commitment, then it's really very difficult, because you get so lost in daily life. There are so many distractions are there, social media, digital media, everything is there. So you really can't concentrate or focus on one thing, since you're being a multitasking as well. So we got into that. I tried to change his mindset. So mindset is very important, because when you train your subconscious mind to think in that way, think about the goals, think about the vision and mission, what you want to achieve in life, that's where the magic happens. The rest, everything is all numbers and processes and everything. If you train your subconscious mind and give it to that task that you have to follow this and you have to achieve this, rest everything is done. So I got him trained in 1 or 2 months of subconscious mind, put some affirmations, gave him some activities like piggy bank, because he told that he was not able to save the money on daily basis, although he has started his investments and everything, but he was not able to save his money on a daily basis. So I told that just start a small piggy bank kind of thing, where he can put daily 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, any amount, whatever is there in his purse at the night when he goes to bed, he can put that amount from his purse piggy bank. And he was not believing initially. After 2 months, when he was just putting on my advice and everything, 3 months, after 3 months, he started to realize the efforts. He has started seeing the results, and he got whopping around 20,000 from his piggy bank, because he was putting around 1,000 to 5,000. And that's where he realized that amount of the importance of putting in daily consistency and discipline, which really made him to think about the passive income source. And then he got his passion was photography. So he really wanted to take the photographies, but not with the high end cameras, but with iPhone. So
Mhm.
he was specific comfortable with iPhone kind of things. He got into learning the processes of iPhone photography, how he can do it, how he can put all the things, the cameras, the light and everything. He studied about the nitty gritties of that things, and slowly and starting he built it his business, and
Mhm.
that's where his passive income started. And then he was able to achieve his financial freedom at the end of, I think, he was not he's on the course of financial freedom, but slowly and steadily he has built up his own set of followers and set of income, which he is finding very good for him to
Mhm.
satisfy.
Right, right, right. So, what do you think are the mistakes that people are making in planning their finances?
Okay. So I would say 8 mistakes majorly people have are making, and I've seen many of people in my doing my experience, and also I've come across. across. The first mistake is investing with your financial goals. So today morning only I can share an incident where I came across when I was doing a call session with one of my client, and he was saying that I have so and so amount. I need. I am doing everything. He was a very number specific. So and so he already put all the numbers in Excel file and everything. He was very specific and everything. But when I asked, what is this money required for? He was not having an answer. He was just looking at return. 10% मिल रहा है, मैं 10,000 डालू, मेरे को 10% मिल रहा है, मेरे को इतना मिल रहा है बस. पर उस पैसे का क्या करोगे? खर्चा करोगे, बच्चे का एजुकेशन, बच्चे का प्लानिंग, बच्चे का शादी, क्या कर रहे हो, क्या करना चाहते हो? That answer was not there. And that really propelled him, and I told him that without a financial goal, there is no point in investing. It's like that you're getting lost in a maze. You're just lost in maze, you don't know where to get out. So it is a whole big maze of investing out there in the market. You never know what will happen. So it's better that you stick to your financial goals, create your financial goals, and then you start your investing journey. And that's where the real process will happen. Second thing is that taking more risk than you can afford. So many people are not comfortable with equity. Equity means you're directly investing in stocks, direct equity.
Okay, stocks, shares.
Stock and share market. So if people are not comfortable, they're just seeing their friends or relatives, they are getting interested in that and they wanted to invest. Now, whether they are comfortable, they know, because they can adjust or they can know. But whether you are comfortable, have you asked yourself, have you asked your family members whether you are comfortable? Have you done any initial investments? No. But what is happening? Seeing them, you're getting investment and you're doing, and then you really burn your hands. And then what will happen? अरे वो stock, ये equity मेरे लिए अच्छा नहीं है, share market मेरे लिए अच्छा नहीं है. Then they get a negative impression and they go there. So always don't take more risk than you can afford. It's okay. No worries about that if you're getting 2% return less than what your friend is, or less than what your boss is earning, less than what your relative is earning. No worries about that. Their life is different. That is why I always say that personal finance is personal to each and every. So we don't copy each other. It's differently. It's personal to each other. So we compare that. Third mistake is that investing financial products which you don't understand. So many people, like I have come across one client. So he was blindly believing in his brother and he was investing in stock market through Demat account, direct account. And he investing for 1 or 2 years. He was nothing knowing. Till that time, he was earning good amount of money. He was withdrawing. He was earning it. Third year, he started acquiring losses. Now, what has happened was that the loss was very huge. Loss was coming down and down and down. He was not able to withdraw the money. He was not able to sell the stock. He was not able to buy money because he was not having any other money. Major of his investments was in stocks only. And at the last moment, everything is gone. He was not having anything and he was in debt. Now, what has happened when I came across him and I asked him why you did invest in stock at the first time, he said only one thing: my brother told me. That is why I invested. So I asked him whether you know what is stock market. He said no. What do you know what is stock? No, I don't. Then how did you invest? So my brother told me that you invest 10,000. I blindly believed in. I invested. So he knows he is maintaining. That is okay. But he told me that invest 50,000. I did. He told me that withdraw 30,000. I did. But then I asked him what happened doing the losses. Doing losses, what he did he told anything? No, he did not told me anything. So I was just observing my losses and that's what the problem is. That so don't invest in financial products which you don't understand. It's okay that if you invest in 1 or 2 products, is okay. There are so many products are there. It's not like that all products are for everyone. No, some products are not good for someone. Some products are okay for one. Some products are not perfectly fine for. So we have to check with ourselves whether that product you are able to understand or not. The fourth mistake is the timing the market. Many times, and this is happening with the people who are investing in the stock market and mutual funds, they feel that when the market is down, they will go into the market. So it's not like that. You can't time the market. You never know what will happen, because stock markets and everything are based on emotions and many other incidents which is not in our hand. Something happened in North Korea, something happened in Ukraine, Russia. You never know. Stock market will react. What will you do? I will feel okay. Today I will invest. tomorrow I will feel that okay, market is going down, and tomorrow I will invest. Tomorrow something new happens, new thing happen, again you will wait. Okay, I will wait again, and this time again you wait, the good opportunities will go, and then you will again invest in some bad opportunity time, and you will lose all the money.
Hmm.
So don't ever expect any time is the best time for you.
Mhm.
So don't time the market. Timing the market is a really very bad thing, and it is not in our anybody's hand. So if anyone comes and tells that I can time the market and I give the good returns, so it's not possible. Nobody in this world have done. Even the greatest investor Warren Buffett has never done that. So how can we as a common investors can do that? So it's really very big thing.
Mhm.
Fifth mistake is that lack of diversification.
Mhm.
So I have one client who was in 50s, and he was very comfortable right from the age he started investing. He was investing FDs only, fixed deposits of
Mhm.
banks. He was never investing in stock markets. He never invested in mutual funds. He never invested in any other investment product other than fixed deposit. So when he came to me, I saw his portfolio. I have seen that it was huge. He was having around 15 to 20 fixed deposits.
Hmm.
So this is what happened. And when that fixed deposit got blocked because he wanted something to buy some house or buy some loan, fund some his loan EMI, he could not do that because his FDs was blocked.
Mhm.
So this is the problem. So diversification is very important because every product has different benefits and different features and
Mhm.
different action points. So
Mhm.
you need to see which product will help you at any point of time, or which product will help you in certain point of time. That you need to decide and get onto it. And don't over invest. Diversification is very important.
Mhm.
The sixth point is that investing in what is hot. Like for example, if cryptocurrency,
Mhm.
so now 2 to 3 months, or I think 4 to 5 months, they have seen that cryptocurrency has gone down. But over the course of time, everybody was talking about cryptocurrency. So many advertisements in apps and everything, WazirX and everything, to name a few. And everybody was investing in cryptocurrencies. Even though they was not knowing the product, it was hot product, and they were all investing. In investment, you should not do. In shopping and other things is okay, but the investment is a very wrong strategy. It's the biggest mistake which people are making. Okay, what is hot now, we will invest.
Mhm. Mhm.
So now if mutual funds are there, if famous personalities are endorsing that products, and you feel that okay, these people are doing, let's do that. No, it's not like that. We are buying soap from famous personality doing soap endorsement. We feel that soap will also help us. That's
Yeah.
okay in terms of other things, but in terms of investment, it's a very very wrong strategy. For them, it might get money or some other agendas will be, we never know. But for you, whether that product is good or not, you have to realize, you have to check with your advisor, you have to sit with them, you analyze them, what is your risk profile, what
Mhm.
other things are there. There's so many parameters are there. So don't invest in product which is hot, which is famous and right now. Just understand the product and go there. The seventh mistake is that a decision influenced by behavior biases. So there are lot many biases according to the market going on, and always the money decisions are taken by emotions. Everybody. And what happens is that when we ask them why you have taken that decision, then we share our cold logics and analysis. Okay, we have done this, that is why we have taken this. So like for example, I asked one of the client, he brought a washing machine during Diwali. Although it was not needed, he had another washing machine, but he
But there
wanted
was a sale. Perhaps
yeah.
there was a sale.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason what he gave that rightly says sale. And second thing is what, fully automatic. I wanted fully automatic, but there was not reason because he and his wife was there. Nobody was there, so there was no reason to go ahead and buy that washing machine, and that was very expensive also. So it was a loss of 15-20,000, which he never invested in SIP. So when I asked him, you invest in mutual fund, he was not having money because that money he invested in washing machine.
Washing machine. Right.
So there are some biases are there. So
Mhm.
that decision will get influenced. So don't get influenced by these decisions. Just stay focused on your investment goals and financial goals, and that is very important. Last but not the least is lack of financial literacy.
Mhm.
So this all things are the foundation of financial literacy.
Mhm.
So when I talk of financial literacy, is that is about understanding and how you are implementing those tasks.
Mhm.
So if you are investing in a mutual fund, you should first understand the product. you should understand how the product works, what kind of analytics, what kind of research that product is giving you, what kind of returns they are giving you, what kind of benefits they can give you, what kind of features that product is having. Like normal a mobile shop, when you go to a mobile and you enter all the features of mobile, what is the camera size, what is the camera length, whether it is length, it is a rectangular or straight. You have ringtones, you have filmy ringtones, you can download on all very very small features we ask. So why don't we ask all these things about our financial investment products?
Right, right, right.
It's our hard-earned money.
Yeah.
So many people I have seen in my life and my this thing, they don't ask this question. They just make the mistakes and go, and that is the sign of financial illiteracy. Even though they know if they can Google mutual fund, there are a lot many YouTube videos and everything's are there. But when at the time of taking a decision, they don't go back and research all this thing. They take blindly decisions. And that's what I say. Money always decisions are taken by emotions.
Emotions
So
or
at that
instinct,
time,
I would say instinct, impulse.
yeah, that also is there.
Right, right.
So
That's amazing. That's interesting. So nice mistakes that you've just told us that what all mistakes are there that normally people make in spending or using their funds. That's interesting. So Mahesh, like when there's a person, he's independent, that person is earning, single, very well settled, finances are his own decisions, he's earning, he's spending or saving or investing, whatever. But when you get married, things change.
right.
है ना? So what would be your advice to a couple who's just got married?
Okay.
Financial advice. Let me correct that. Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is that I do a like we have a pre-marriages counseling. I have pre-marriage finance counseling.
Okay.
Where I educate newlywed couples how to plan for their finances. So very first thing is the base, that is insurance. So many times what is happening, husband have their own insurance, which is taken by their family members or himself, and wife is also having their own insurance and everything. So I would suggest first go for joint insurance.
Okay.
So take one insurance where the nominee is wife, and take a policy proposer is husband name. Same way, wife will take an insurance, nominee is husband, and wife may be the proposer. That way, both are securing each other's life. Once if they are gone of the world, other policy can take over the other member, and other member can take over, that policy will take. So that is done from their insurance perspective. Second is that they have to start a joint account, joint savings account. Even though if they have a savings account on their own and everything, that was before the marriage. Now it's a new life, it's a new beginning, and it's a responsibility from the husband's point of view, because a lady is leaving everything and just having trust on that person and coming back. So it's our responsibility and husband as an men to do the justice to them. So they might start from their own. Some ladies I have seen that they have left everything, so they're starting from zero, and after marriage also they are zero only. So that's a very bad sign. That means they have not progressed. Either the husbands are not supporting them, or either the wives are not taking the courage to ask them, or whatever is their reasons. So it should not be there. You have to give the equal rights, because they are the ones also a part of the family. Now they have become your family. So the emergency savings account is a very important thing, and that's to be the first step. So
emergency fund. So emergency fund is the joint account, is it?
No, emergency fund is different. Joint account is that savings account which they have to start with both the names.
Okay. Right.
So that in terms of taking any loan and everything in the future users, they can use this account. And coming back to the emergency fund, that fund should be there to take care of their 6 months expenses. So since as a newlywed couple, they might be having new expenses like new house or new rental, whatever kind of expenses they might have if they are moving to a new location. So it might be altogether new life, everything. So it takes time to adjust. So they don't have any household things to do. They have to buy the order the food from outside. So all these expenses, they have to take it, and they have to calculate some expenses and keep a thumb rule of 6 months expenses. Now, if they can't do it at once, no worries about that. At least they can save 1 month expenses and try to bring it to 6 months over the course of time.
So this should be stored in the emergency fund.
Yeah, and that emergency fund can be opened in the form of a mutual fund, or they can put in a savings account. Anywhere they can put, where they can remove the money at the earliest, like just a click of a mouse. They can put the numbers and everything, and at the end of the day can get the
They
money
have
in
the
their
money
account.
in hand. So you're saying one individual savings account or whatever accounts are there, then
Right.
one joint savings account
Right.
to take care of the daily expenditures and daily spending and whatever common spendings are there, and then one you're saying is emergency fund account where you store money of 1 month or up to 6 months of
Right.
your expenditures, so that if your income stops or anything happens, you have that emergency fund intact and you can just take it out during the time of emergency. Is it?
Right. Right.
But that's very difficult to achieve, I think, Mahesh, because what happens is these days, because of these salaries, people's purchasing power has also increased, you know.
Right.
So if they are earning like 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees, they're spending more than 50 to 70% of their salary on their things, on the daily expenditures, or they're buying clothes or accessories or something like that. So they normally, what I have seen in my clients also, that they're spending more than 50 to 70% of the salary every month.
Right.
And then now, because the tax slabs are also increased, so 35%, 35%, 40% salary is taxable. So very less amount, this emergency fund, is it realistic? Is it practical?
So I am not saying that, like you said, it's a not realistic kind of thing, but we have to start somewhere, because that fund is very, very important. If you see during the COVID time, many people have seen that they've struggled to get that money when the ATMs were closed, when the banks were closed, the credit card, debit cards were not working. At that point, only the cash which came into account, a kind of liquid cash. So this cash should be there. Now I can share one of my clients' example. He survived for 6 months. The first 6 months of COVID wave, the first wave from March 2020, when the PM has announced, he literally survived for 6 months because he was in such an area where there was nothing, and literally survived on that 6 months emergency fund, which he saved over a course of time, like 2 to 3 years. So it's not like he started from 6 months. He started with small amount. But over the course of the time, he just increased the emergency fund. As soon as he got some money, he put it in emergency fund. The rest of the money he used. As soon as he got some bonus, he added some money and he got there that way. And when you say about the expenses and everything, that's where the net flow statement comes into, cash flow statement. So what is your income, husband's income, wife's income? What is the husband's outflow? What is your wife's outflow? Plus and minus, your net worth is calculated, your cash flow. Now, if that net worth is positive for husband, that means his liabilities is low, his assets is more. That means he is on positive. But if wife's liabilities is more rather than assets, that means her net worth is minus. So now husband have to sit with his wife and try to bring that liabilities down so that it can be positive. So that's where you can control your expenses, and then you can start your slowly side by side. You can start your
Building your emergency fund. That's interesting. That's interesting. So this is about saving and investment. Now you've written book about debts, because debts are also very important. If debts are there, you cannot save. So tell me about your book, Debtopia.
Yeah, so that book is on a personal journey. So like I was down for debt for around 7.5 lakhs in 2017 when I left my job. And at that point of time, I was not knowing what to do, because over the course of time, even though I'm a banker, that's what I'm saying, financial literacy, even though I was a banker, I was knowing everything, things, but still I was using credit cards and debit cards for over like so many times. And never I did realize that I was piling up so much debt. So the whole book is all about journey, how I overcome them debt and what kind of steps I have taken, and how I did close that debt for 1.5 years, and how I became a financially freedom free at that point of time. Because that time I was not having debt. Until now, I don't have any debt. That's all steps I can share in that. It's very simple. It's around 70 to 80 pages. Any layman, because I don't wanted to complicate the things. I wanted to keep it very simple. So any layman can go and read that steps, and that's very, very simple steps they can applied in their life is only that they have to accept the changes, because some of the steps is all about mindset. So if you change your mindset, everything will be on course of this thing.
Right. Since you had debt, even being a banker, in spite of being a banker, you were using multiple credit cards and anyhow you accumulated so much of debt. But I know it's all there in the book. But tell me here for on this in this video also, how can people avoid debt?
So I always say that debt, tax, and debt you can't avoid. It will always be there till you there in this world.
Yeah.
Because there are some good debt, there are some bad debt. So we have to categorize and categorically divide those things, what is good and what is bad for you. Now it differ, like I said, it always depends person to person and differs person to person. So for me, home loan was a good debt, and for me bad debt was credit card and debit card loan. So what I did was that I tried to close that account when I was trying to become an entrepreneur. So I tried to close my home loan account, which I did. And then I started, because I was not concentrating on the home loan. I never concentrated on debit card and debit card. And that's what the loan got piled up. And when I realized that I got everything of home loan, and then I started seeing that, okay, this things that how now I can close this. So I took the steps to close this. So you have to decide, sit with a financial advisor or financial mentor and decide what is good for you and what is bad for you, because it depends upon the situation, what kind of amount you are having as a loan, and also the kind of asset and liabilities you are having. So that all things are into taken in account, and then we can category tell that this is good or this is debt. This is because some people is working like people, home loan is good because from a tax perspective you're saving a lot of taxes. But for an entrepreneur, getting a home loan is a bit difficult, because for tax perspective it's not serving any purpose also, but also it's a loan perspective as well. So that's why also we can look at.
Right, right. Okay. So, Mahesh, if you have to give your financial advice in the form of 3 sentences, what would those 3 sentences or statements be?
So first will be save while you earn. Second is while invest while you save, and spend while you invest.
Wow, that's really profound. Save while you earn, invest while you save, and spend, invest. What was it? I'm so sorry, I missed it.
Spend while you invest.
Okay, spend while you invest. Oh, wow, that's interesting. This is really great, incredible. I had this wonderful session and I really learned a lot about finances and gaining financial freedom from you. And I'm sure that our viewers are also going to learn a lot from this interaction. Thank you so much, Mahesh, for coming.
Thank you so much, Anamika, for inviting me on this session, and hope all the best for your future interviews as well, because you're doing a great job. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mahesh. Take care. All the best. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.